So this is the next episode in how to align a car using hub plates. So we've mounted the hub plates on the vehicle. We're now getting ready to check camber first. Then we're going to do tow using some lasers. We're not going to do caster on this car. It's hard to adjust. McLaren is normally pretty good about setting up the suspension on these cars. We actually had it on a high-end Hunter rack at a local shop several months ago when I first got the car. They specialize in high-performance cars, race cars. The fellow that does it's been doing it for years. He's very good at what he does. The rack is a high-end rack. I think it's a Hunter, and they have it calibrated quite often. So I've done many cars over there. Some of the Porsche race cars are done. So we've got his readings from several months ago. We haven't changed anything on the car as far as resetting the toe or doing the camber. So we're going to see now on hub plates the difference. When they do it, they basically use a clamp to the wheel. So we're going to find out how much difference there is. There'll always be a small difference going directly to the hub instead of clamping onto the outside of a wheel. So we'll see. The first thing you need to do before you do any alignments is you need to lock the wheel down. So I use a device I got from Amazon that basically holds the wheel in place for both camber and tow. You don't want the wheel shifting as you go mounting things on it. You want it stable. So lock your wheel in. Some people will use rope tied to stuff. I personally prefer this device. Spring loaded, works on many cars. So we're going to go over and check the right front first. There's our shop dog Blue. He's a blue heeler. He's a cattle dog, and he's the kind of guy that keeps everything in control. So how you doing, Blue? You having fun? All right. So let's go over to the right front. We'll take a look. If you're using a digital gauge, make sure you calibrate it first with a good accurate level. If you're using a bubble level gauge, which Longacre makes too, those don't need calibration, but I always calibrate these every time before I use them, just to make sure that we're set to 0. So when we had it on the machine at the shop I used, it's called Butler Tire in Atlanta, and they're pretty famous for high-end cars. We had a reading of 2 degrees negative camber on the right front and 2.1 negative camber on the left front. So as you can see, right now we're reading 2.2 on the right front, which is not unusual, you know, a couple of degrees here or there. And when you're doing alignment, you know, if you can get one to within 1/10 of where you want it, that's pretty good on a modern day car. Formula One's a lot more accurate than that. I mean, they'll deal in minutes instead of tenths of a degree, but you're talking about hundreds of millions of dollars spent on those cars and equipment. So anyway, we're going to go write this down. We keep a book. I have a book of all the work I do, the date, what I do, and the readings. And you can go back and compare over the years. So we're going to go log this into the logbook for this particular car, and we're going to go around and measure the left front. So we'll be back in a minute.